Welcome to the Shooting the Schmidt YouTube channel. I'm your host, Jonathan Smith. Yesterday, did a little bit of stuff on the college football playoff rankings. If you want to go back and check that out. Tomorrow, I'm going to do a little bit of stuff on the upcoming NFL and college football weekends. Today, though, I wanted to touch a little bit on some NBA stuff, just some stuff that I've noticed as I've been watching games all year. So, I want to start with Tyrese Haliburton, who, was third team All NBA last year. Looked poised to kind of be one of the next big superstars, went and played in the Olympics and, was a part of that whole experience. It really kind of felt like Team USA was grooming him to kind of be one of the leaders on this next Olympic team, right? And so people are excited. Haliburton, pass first point guard who can score, can really shoot it. And then we get to this year. And last night, the Pacers are now, they played their 15th game of the year. And Tyrese Haliburton was once again not very good. Okay, he only scored 4 points. He was 1 of 7 from the floor. He did have 8 assists. That is one part of his game that hasn't gone away. And he was a minus 28, which plus minus isn't the most perfect score in the world. But when you're minus 28, it usually means that you weren't very good when you were on the floor, right? And that minus 28 was by far the worst of any of his teammates on the Pacers. On the year, things haven't been much better for Haliburton, right? He's averaging 15 points a game. He's shooting 38% from the floor, 28% from three. He is averaging 8.5 assists per game, though, so, that's good. But, he has to score. He's got to figure out some way to put the ball in the bucket. And I think we're about to start kind of seeing this storyline show up. Why is Haliburton playing so bad? Is it because he signed the new shoe deal? Is it because he went and played with Team USA? Is it because he's got cameras following him around for this Netflix documentary? Why is he playing so bad? And I think people are going to point and blame his bad play on those, on the new deal with Puma, on the cameras, on this newfound fame that he has. I am not going to do that. I'm going to blame it on his back because the guy is clearly hurt, and I think that we have finally reached a point where if you're the Indiana Pacers, you have to sit him for a week. Let this guy get healthy. That is what needs to happen. Okay? Look, I know people who have had, back surgery, and I do not envy those people because people who have bad backs, I just feel bad for. They can't do anything. It truly looks like the worst thing ever. It looks just like a horrific experience. And every time Haliburton goes over to the bench, they've got him in that back brace trying to figure out whatever is going on. And as I've watched him this year, he doesn't move the same. The speed at which he moves is the same. But if you watched him play last year, he's very herky-jerky with his movements. It's a lot of start and stop. It's a lot of rock left and right, forward, stop, backwards, forward again. Just really herky-jerky, kind of moves at a weird rhythm. And if you watch him play this year, you don't see that. It's a lot of I'm going to go smooth to the bucket. I'm just going to go hard left and then eventually take the step back. There's the start and stop that he had last year just isn't there. He's just not moving the same in that regard, and that is an incredibly important part of his game, right? That's how he gets to his step back, which, he's not making it all this year. Once again, 28% from three. And in part, this Pacers team is 6-9 now. And they've been in some games. They've gotten blown out some games as well. But until he figures it out, they aren't going to be very good. Just for reference for how much he's fallen off last year, for the entire year when Tyrese Haliburton was on the floor, the Pacers' offensive rating was 122.4. That was the second highest of any player in the NBA. He was tied with Nikola Jokic. Okay, so the Pacers had the second best offense in the NBA when he was on the floor. That is how good he is, or was, last year. And in reference, he's down to 110. So something is clearly significantly wrong with his back. That is what I would like to place the blame on. If you want to put it on the new endorsement deals and those things, then that's fine. Go ahead. I just don't like to jump to that conclusion immediately, especially when the way that he's behaving in the media and all those other things appear to be the same, and when he's got his coaches following up with him saying that he's normal, he's behaving the same way that he did last year. Shots just aren't going down, and I think a large part of it is because of his back. Another NBA note that I want to hit on, I watched Trailblazers Thunder last night because Isaiah Hartenstein, he made his debut with the Oklahoma City Thunder. I forgot how good that dude was. Like, that guy is just so incredibly good at basketball. And they don't ask him to do anything super hard. I think he grabbed like 14 rebounds last night. They asked him to protect the rim. He had 4 blocks. He had 12 points on 6 of 12 shooting, and he had 3 assists. But I think that the really impressive thing with him whenever you watch him play is like he's always in the right spot. Like, he's never in the way. He never ruins the spacing, which even though he's not a shooter, I think that's impressive, the fact that he doesn't ruin the spacing even though he's not a shooter. And the vision that he has is just, it's impressive. I love watching that guy play, and the fact that no one came in and outbid the Thunder for him, I think is crazy, in part because this Thunder team's loaded. Like, I know people really like Boston this year coming out of the East. I almost like the Thunder coming out of the West as much as I like Boston coming out of the East. Like, that's how good this Thunder team is. Now you're bringing in a guy like Hartenstein, and I know Chet Holmgren's got the hip injury. We'll see how he is when he comes back. But even if he's not perfect, like, this Hartenstein guy fits in so incredibly well. The Thunder defend incredibly well. And obviously they've got Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, one of the 5 or 6 best players in the world. Quick note also on the Trailblazers. Jeremy Grant, that dude's good. Like, he's just kind of been buried in Portland for these past couple of years. He's making a buttload of money. But eventually, he's going to get traded, and he's going to end up somewhere, and he's going to have a real impact on winning, right? Like, this guy is just, he's what you want in an NBA wing now, right? The guy can step out and shoot it. He can get to the rim if he needs to. He can handle the ball. He's a good defender. Like that guy is everything that NBA teams are looking for in a wing, and he's going to get traded somewhere, potentially. And if he does, he's going to step in and just have this, I don't know about a game-changing impact, but he will greatly enhance a team's chances to win games, not only in the regular season, but also in the playoffs. I really wish he was playing for the Nuggets right now, because the Nuggets could use another guy who can handle the ball, shoot, and score, because they just don't have much of it. And, thankfully for them, they've got Nikola Jokic, the best player in the world, and he's going crazy. But Jeremy Grant was really impressed with him last night. Isaiah Hartenstein in his Thunder debut was really good as well, because, like, I get it, like, you practice with these guys and all that other kind of stuff, but playing in an actual game is just different, and seeing him be capable of just always being in the right spot, despite it being his first real minutes with the team, that's always impressive. And then, of course, Tyrese Haliburton, sit him down for a week. He doesn't need to keep playing. Like, let that guy get healthy, let him come back, and then kind of see where things go from there. The Pacers have, TJ McConnell. Like, that dude's going to play hard. He's going to play well. Had a real chance to win Sixth Man of the year last year. So, like, run with TJ McConnell as your starter. Let Haliburton get healthy. And when he comes back, then make your run. That should be the way forward for the Indiana Pacers. Thanks for checking out. Thanks for checking out the video. Thanks for checking out the Shooting the Schmidt YouTube channel. I'll be back again tomorrow morning with another video talking college football and NFL weekends, just games coming up, things that I want to see, all that fun stuff. That is all coming your way tomorrow. Thanks again for watching the video. Make sure you like and subscribe to the video. Yeah, trying to get things rolling here on Shooting the Schmidt. So thanks again for watching. I'll talk to you tomorrow morning.